The first dilemma is from Joe. Yo, what's up, Jordan? Before I get into my dilemma, I want to say thank you for changing my life and inspiring me as well as thousands of others. I appreciate you, Joe. I appreciate everyone watching this because you guys have changed my life more than I could ever change your life. So I do appreciate you guys. With that being said, I want to ask for some advice. So there's this girl that I really liked, and to keep things short, we didn't really have much chemistry. She wasn't reciprocating the energy I gave out, and I felt that I was more interested in her than she was in me. So there's this other girl that I'm interested in, and we have much better chemistry on a platonic level. I wrote a poem for her and have decided to give it to her for Valentine's Day, which is coming up. The problem is that her and the girl I mentioned previously are friends. Not only that, I'm also in a group project with them for a class. So I guess my question is, do you think I should still give this girl the poem? I really do like her, but I just don't want things to be awkward between the other girl and her and cause friction between the three of us in general. I'm a senior in high school, by the way. So I'm going to keep it real with you, Joe. Just based on the fact that you're a senior in high school alone, granted, you've already graduated unless you got held back. This was back in January, but anybody who's in this type of situation, if you're a senior in high school, you have to shoot your shot. You have to shoot your shot. And the reason why is once you leave high school, you probably won't ever see that person again. And here's the thing, okay? A lot of times you overthink the possibility of rejection, but you don't think about the possibility of things actually working in your favor. And even if they don't, even if you get rejected, that's fine because you're not going to see them again after high school. So really, it plays to your benefit no matter how you look at it, as long as you shoot your shot. You have to shoot that shot. You do not want to leave high school with regrets about the things that you did not do. Now, with that being said, as far as giving her a poem, that's kind of subjective. Me personally, I've only ever done that once as far as I can remember, and it didn't really work too well. It did not work in my favor. You can go and read Soul Shock if you want to learn more about that. But my track record with doing that hasn't exactly been very good, but some girls may appreciate that. Some girls may appreciate that, and it may cause them to feel certain things about you that they wouldn't have otherwise felt if you had communicated your feelings in any other way. Because some girls, they have an appreciation for that type of thoughtfulness. But in any event, you have to shoot your shot. However you choose to do that is up to you. If you want to, I don't know, ask the girl to homecoming or prom or something like that, whatever the little school dances are called these days, you can do that. Or if you want to just tell her straight up, hey, I like you. I want to be more than friends with you. I want to talk to you in a romantic way. Then you could tell her that way. You could send her a poem. You could paint her a picture. You can do whatever you want. Okay, that's up to you. Because here's the thing. You have to do it in a way that is authentic to you. I can't tell you how to shoot your shot. Because if I tell you how to shoot your shot, what's going to end up happening is you're not going to be your authentic self. And even if you do get her, she may not actually like the real you. So if you feel like writing her a poem and giving her that poem, or even writing her a song and singing that song to her, rapping that song to her, if you feel like that is the best reflection of your authentic self, then that's what you need to do. Don't worry about what other people are going to think. Don't worry about causing friction between the two of them. They probably won't be friends after high school anyways. If their friendship is that fragile that you can break their friendship up by giving that girl a poem, especially when you and the other girl aren't even working out because she's not reciprocating your energy, if that's enough to break up their friendship was likely doomed to begin with. Plain and simple. Their friendship was very likely doomed to begin with. Because I know for me personally, me and my friends, we would never let something like that happen. We just wouldn't. Because our foundations are too strong. So don't worry about breaking up their friendship. If they break up their friendship over you, that's their problem, not yours. I'm not saying to be toxic. I'm not saying to be diabolical and try to break up their friendship. But don't let that stop you from shooting your shot with somebody that you're genuinely interested in. The next dilemma is from DJ. Hello, Jordan. My name is DJ and I've been a fan of your channel and started watching you ever since last year. And also congratulations on surpassing 100K subscribers and never stop making all of us proud and inspiring us to better our lives just like you have. DJ, I appreciate that, bro. I really do appreciate that. This is how you know I'm very far behind on dilemmas. I hit 100K in December of last year. It is September of 2022 as I'm filming this. That's crazy. Anyways, the reason that I am writing to you is because recently I just started my spring semester at a new college, and so far right now I'm really enjoying the experience that it has to offer in regards to the campus and the people. However, I wanted to inquire your advice on how to form connections/friendships with people among an area you're not really familiar, as well as people you don't really know all that well. So before I get into the next part of the dilemma, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that right now. So as far as meeting new people goes, here's the thing, man. If you're in college, it's easy for you. I understand if you're an introvert or if you have social anxiety, it may not be the easiest thing for you, but here's a general rule of thumb. If you want to make new friends, go and do the things that you love to do. Go and do the things that you love to do. For example, if you love playing basketball, play basketball as often as you possibly can. Because if you play basketball frequently enough, you're going to meet other people who play basketball. And you might start to meet some of the same people over and over and over again. And just on the sheer fact that you go to the same college and you both enjoy basketball, you'll probably become friends. Okay, so let's say, for example, you're on the basketball court, you're shooting by yourself, somebody else is on the other end, they're shooting by themselves. Well, you go up to them and you say, hey, you trying to play one-on-one? And they say, sure, I'm down. Or maybe they say no. Then you say, okay, that's fine. And then you wait till the next person shows up. And then you ask them. And while you're playing one-on-one, you have a conversation. You ask them where they're from. You ask them what they're majoring in. You ask them who their favorite NBA team is, so on and so forth. And there are a lot of different conversational pieces that you can pull from just on the simple fact that you already have things in common. So anybody who's struggling with making friends, do the things that you love to do and start conversations based on that thing. It's the low-hanging fruit, but it works. Okay, it works. Just by simple proximity to somebody who's also into the things that you're into, who's passionate about the things that you're passionate about as well, you naturally have something to talk about. So even if you're not a good conversationalist, you don't have to be. The conversation is already there. It's already built into the activity that you're doing, whether it be basketball, hiking, yoga, video games, anything else in between. Anything that you are doing that you love to do and they love to do as well, talk about that thing. And like I said, the fact that you go to the same college, you can talk about college and the majors that you're doing and so on and so forth. Now, as for the rest of the dilemma, throughout my life, I've had my trust and good nature taken advantage of by certain people, which led me to develop a lot of trust issues when associating myself with many people for the first time. I want to form close bonds with people and have a circle of my own, but I'm not really much of a social butterfly, so I don't really see that happening anytime soon. At least not now anyways, especially considering the trust issues I'm still currently trying to work through. If you have any feedback on what I should do going forward with this, I would greatly appreciate your input on the matter at hand. Thank you, and may God continue to bring you ever-loving joy and success throughout your YouTube journey as well as through your personal life. DJ, I appreciate that once again. So, as far as having trust issues, here's the thing about trust issues. You have to learn to trust your intuition. You see, a lot of times when you don't trust other people, it's actually a projection of your lack of trust in yourself. You don't trust yourself and you don't trust your intuition. You don't trust your ability to discern whether or not somebody else is trustworthy. You see, it's the same way that insecure people tend to project their insecurities onto other people. It always starts within. The way that you relate to other people is the way that you relate to yourself. It's a diluted version of the way that you relate to yourself. So you have to ask yourself, why do I not trust DJ? Why don't I trust myself? That right there is the core issue that you need to fix. Don't worry about trying to trust other people, because as long as you don't trust yourself and your ability to discern whether or not somebody is trustworthy, you'll never be able to trust anyone. No matter how much shadow work you do, that's the shadow work that you need to be doing. It's figuring out why you don't trust yourself. And the chances are you probably don't know yourself very well. You have a lot of self-awareness, but perhaps there are certain aspects of yourself that you deem untrustworthy. Maybe you're not in tune with your intuition yet, and that's something that you need to work on. Because a lot of times when you meet people, they'll show you who they are very early on. Very, very early on. Unless they are master manipulators, they're going to show you who they are. But you have to be present and aware enough to see that. And that starts with having that self-awareness and, by extension, having a good sense of intuition. Because me personally, I don't have trust issues because people can't trick me because I'm very present. They can't trick me. They can't play me. They can't finesse me. Or if they do, it's because I chose to trust them in spite of what I saw. And in that understanding, I also didn't trust myself and the initial awareness of the red flags that they presented. So remember, it always starts with you. The next dilemma is from Left Eris. Left Eris. I don't know if I said that right. Hey man, I'm writing this message to you because I don't see my life going anywhere. I'm stuck and don't see myself escaping. I don't know how to improve my life or how to become better, and I have no clear direction. You are the only one who can understand me and help me. Okay, Left Eris. So, first of all, as far as improving yourself, here's the thing about self-improvement that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people, they can't stick to self-improvement because they're trying to transform their lives overnight, and it doesn't work like that. On rare occasions, it can, but oftentimes it's not sustainable. Even if you are able to transform your life overnight, you're only able to sustain that type of lifestyle for 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then you fall off. And then when you fall off, you feel even worse than you did when you started, because now you've gotten a taste of the other side. It's kind of like getting rich overnight, winning the lottery, and then going broke. You might have been broke before you won the lottery, but now the fact that you've tasted wealth, you've tasted monetary abundance, leaves you feeling absolutely shitty. So with that being said, okay, you have to start off by implementing habits one at a time. One at a time. You see, the thing about self-improvement is that it only takes one habit to change your life. One habit, if applied consistently, can and will change your life over time in ways that you probably won't even notice because you'll be in the process. But if you track your progress over time, you'll see it. For me personally, I probably wouldn't have even noticed that I've changed as a person if I didn't do YouTube. Because YouTube is how I track my progress. I get to go back and see how far I've come as a speaker, how far I've come in my insight, in my wisdom, in my creativity, so on and so forth. I get to see how far I've come because I track my progress. And that's something that I think everyone should do on this self-improvement journey. A great way to do that is by journaling. Track your progress by journaling, because you can always go back and look at your old journal entries and see just how far you've come. And that will always give you confidence when you're in ruts like the one that you're in right now, and that I'm sure a lot of people watching this are in. When you're in your season of drought, but you know that you've been through that before, or even something worse, or something not as bad but of the same nature, that gives you not just the confidence, but the faith that you will overcome that obstacle, that you will overcome that season of adversity, and you will pass into that next season of abundance and prosperity. Because it's always there. That season of abundance and prosperity is always there on the other side of your adversity. But it starts with you taking that initiative to change your life one habit at a time. And that starts with loving yourself in the here and now.